While no two salespeople are exactly alike, here are a few closing techniques that seem pretty universal. Regardless of which closing approach you use, you have to be confident, enthusiastic, and a strong believer in your solution. There is no other way for you to succeed. Remember my Advisor sunshade story from the Improving Your Game lesson? I speak from painful experience.
One of the most common closing techniques is the assumptive close. The assumptive close is where the salesperson assumes the sale, and the next step is for the prospect to buy the product. Here is an example of an assumptive close. You're out shopping in a high-end clothing store and you've tried on lots of different outfits. Your fashion consultant has graciously assisted you in selecting your clothing. You've just told her that you've tried on enough clothes and found what you need. She then picks up your garments and heads over to the cash register. The fashion consultant is using an assumptive close. She never asked you if you were going to buy the clothes, she just assumed you were. A subtle way for her to move you from buying your clothing to her closing. Bad pun, ouch.
Now, movements or gestures often support assumptive closes. If you've ever been handed a pen by a salesperson or suddenly seen a contract magically appear in front of you, you've witnessed an assumptive close.
My wife and I recently went shopping for a new car. After test driving one, the salesperson asked us, "Where's the first place you're going to go in your new car?" He also asked, "What are you going to do to celebrate your purchase?" Since we hadn't agreed to buy the car, his remarks were all assumptive closes. The salesperson had been in this situation before, and he knew when to implement his assumptive closes. By the way, we bought the car, had a nice long drive, and had a marvelous dinner to celebrate.
Since you never directly ask for a sale with an assumptive close, they are known as indirect closes. Direct closes take confidence and courage. The most direct closing technique is to simply ask for the sale. You put the question to the prospect, "Are you ready to make this decision?" You can dress it up if you want with such snappy lines as, "Are you ready to put this great system to work for you?" Or, "Are you ready to assume the market leadership of your industry?"
But sometimes the direct approach with straightforward words works best. Here's a great way to implement a direct close. I call it the 3 yeses. I ask the prospect 3 questions that I know they will answer yes to, followed by a direct close. Based upon their hot buttons, I might ask this type of question. Have we demonstrated how service levels to your business would improve with our solution? I wait for them to answer yes. I then follow up with, would you agree that the creative strategies we've proposed will increase leads to your business? Once they've answered yes to that question, I come in with my last and my strongest client benefit question. Do you agree that a partnership with us will save your firm $250,000 annually while improving your service and creative? After answering yes for the 3rd time, I come in with my direct close. Then let's make this official and get our partnership rolling today. The advantage of the 3 yeses is that it gets a prospect saying yes to you and puts the benefits of your proposal directly in front of them. When you use a direct close in this way, prospects are far more inclined to respond favorably.
Sometimes a prospect is still not comfortable making a buying decision, even after the 3 yeses approach. They may need to see all the pros and cons together. This closing approach is called the Ben Franklin in honor of his decision-making methodology. With the Ben Franklin, the salesperson asks the prospect to make a list of pros and cons regarding their decision. And to be aware that implementing the Ben Franklin, you must be ethical in listing the pros and cons. Many salespeople are inclined to only highlight the pro items. You need to address both pros and cons objectively and fairly. For that reason, I encourage you to utilize this strategy when you're certain that the pros outweigh the cons for your prospect.
2 additional closing techniques are the times they are a-changing and the puppy dog approaches. The times they are a-changing close is used when you know a price increase or out of stock situation will make it harder to buy your product in the future. For example, if you know of a price increase, advising your prospect of that may help you close the sale. The last approach is the puppy dog approach. The name originates from the animal shelter practice of letting families take animals home overnight in hopes that they will keep them forever. And if they don't, they can be returned and get their money back. By giving the prospects this risk-free opportunity, they have confidence in making the purchase. They know that if they're dissatisfied, they can get out of the deal. So there you have 5 exceptional closing techniques. Your personality and practice will help you determine which ones work best for you.